Today, we will talk about air supremacy, how it plays a crucial role in winning wars or small-scale conflicts. We'll explore the different levels of air supremacy, the methods used to achieve it, and the countermeasures against it. As Field Marshal Bernard L. of Montgomery said, "If we lose the war in the air, we lose the war and we lose it quickly." Air superiority is the most crucial factor in deciding the outcome of a modern-day conventional war. Military operations on land, sea, or in the air become extremely difficult, if not impossible, for the side that doesn't control the sky. Without air supremacy, critical missions that ground forces rely on, such as close air support, air interdiction, deep strike, reconnaissance, airlift, and medical evacuation become challenging to execute. Airpower can overcome obstacles and strike anywhere, at any time, without warning, making defense against air attacks almost impossible. Achieving air superiority is the top priority for commanders. Control of the air is the aerial equivalent of command of the sea. Gaining air superiority is not an end in itself, it's a means to an end. Air supremacy is the highest level of control in the skies, where one side has complete dominance. It means the enemy air force is unable to effectively interfere. It is defined by NATO and the U.S. Department of Defense as the degree of air superiority. Air superiority is the next level down. Here, one side has a better position than the opponent. It has enough control in an air battle to allow its operations on land, sea, and air, without significant interference from the enemy. It is defined in the NATO glossary as the degree of dominance in air battle. This state is not enough to ensure the effectiveness of air power. Air parity is the lowest level, where neither side has control of the skies. While destroying enemy aircraft in air-to-air combat is the most obvious aspect of gaining air superiority, it's not the only method. Historically, the most effective way to achieve air superiority is by destroying enemy aircraft on the ground and targeting the infrastructure and resources that support their air operations. This includes hitting fuel supplies, cratering runways with anti-runway bombs, and using area denial weapons on airfields. A prime example is Operation Focus, where the Israeli Air Force, despite being outnumbered, severely damaged the Egyptian, Jordanian, and Syrian air forces and airfields at the start of the Six-Day War. In the first 2 days, the Israeli Air Force destroyed over 400 Arab aircraft on the ground, securing air supremacy for Israel. Disruption of enemy air power can be carried out through both ground and air attacks. For instance, the British Special Air Service, SAS, was originally formed to conduct raids on German aircraft in airfields. In the Western Desert, the SAS destroyed more than 400 enemy aircraft. Similarly, on December 6, 1944, the Special Forces Unit of the Imperial Japanese Army Air Force destroyed a Boeing B-29 Superfortress bomber in the Philippines. With the development of advanced long-range radars and surface-to-air missiles, the first objective in modern air superiority missions is to suppress enemy air defenses. Specialized aircraft have been developed to jam enemy radars and communications or to track and destroy them with homing missiles. SEAT has become a critical element in any air campaign, essential for reducing losses. A new aspect of the air superiority campaign is the integration of C-3 capabilities into the cockpit. With advancements in space-based communication and software-defined radio, there has been a significant increase in the amount of data accessible to pilots. This results in a worldwide link to aircraft, providing real-time intelligence to airmen during their missions. Controlling the skies primarily relies on two key components: fighter jets and ground-based air defense systems. If one of these components is destroyed by friendly forces, they gain air superiority. However, achieving complete air supremacy requires the destruction of both systems, ensuring total dominance in the airspace. To counter surprise attacks, many air forces have adopted mobile radar systems, missile batteries, and communication hubs. If all the weapon systems were fixed in one place, the attack could cripple their entire air defense. By having mobile radars and missile batteries, they can quickly move these units to a safe location and continue to detect and respond to threats. These mobile units can be set up in a short time, making them less vulnerable to enemy airstrikes. Furthermore, air forces implement camouflage techniques to hide their aircraft and use reinforced shelters to protect jets from bombings. By converting sections of highways into makeshift runways, air forces ensure that their aircraft can take off and land even if their main airfields are compromised. Intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance play a crucial role in an air superiority campaign. Having accurate and up-to-date information about the enemy's air forces, tactics, strategies, locations, leadership, capabilities, and intentions is essential. The success of the counter-air campaign often depends on this information. In military operations, different types of aircraft have specific jobs. For example, helicopters provide close air support to ground troops. Aerial refuelers make sure combat planes can fly longer distances. AWACS planes watch over the sky, transport planes drop troops from the air, and ISR aircraft give real-time information on enemy movements. Bombers are there too, to hit big targets in long range. To carry out these missions, all these aircraft are escorted by fighter jets. If most of the enemy's fighter jets and runways are destroyed at the beginning of the war, half the battle is already won. When discussing air defense systems, we often think of ground-based systems first. However, fighter jets also play a crucial role in air defense alongside ground-based systems. The S-500 is currently the longest-range air defense system in the world, with a range of 370 miles. In contrast, fighter jets can quickly cover large areas and respond to threats within a range of 500 to 1,000 miles. They are capable of detecting and tracking enemy stealth aircraft and low-flying objects, including missiles and fighters, from longer distances compared to ground-based systems. Despite their effectiveness, fighter jets have limitations. They need to refuel and cannot stay airborne indefinitely. Countries with robust ground-based air defense systems typically use area denial strategies, like those followed by Russia. For achieving air supremacy or force projection, a strong fleet of fighter aircraft is also needed in addition to ground-based systems. This approach is common in Western countries, which emphasize force projection strategies. The value and effectiveness of low observable technology were hardly debated before the First Gulf War, with skeptics doubting its advertised capabilities. However, all doubts were erased in the skies above Iraq. Despite flying nearly 1,300 combat sorties, no aircraft were even damaged by the enemy. Since then, only one stealth aircraft has been lost in combat, an F-117 over Serbia in 1999. Air superiority continues to be the essential factor in modern military victory. It must be won, and to maintain it requires constant investment in next-generation weapon systems and training. Although air superiority alone won't bring victory, it is almost impossible to achieve success without it. That's it for today. See you in the next video.